Welcome back. Yes, focusing on Edo politics now. We've got Emmanuel Odigye, who was the former commissioner with the Edo State Oil and Gas Commission. He's a member of the APC. But we also have joining us via Skype from Benin, Ms. Chris Nahikari, who is the publicity secretary of the PDP. Thank you for joining us as well. Let me start with you, Mr. Odigye.
Yes.
I mean, looking at this, when you were a former commissioner for Edo State Oil and Gas Commission, many thought that, okay, is that PDP because the governor is PDP?
Yeah.
Now you are a member of APC. What happened?
You know, it's clear as a party man. You know, we supported Obaseki under the APC platform. And when he defected to the PDP, he told all his appointees, please come with me. You know, and I, for one, I want to speak for myself and my constituency. You know, and I said, I need to evaluate what he has done so far. And if it's worth following him for, crashing my political capital and letting go of my political ambition, having been in APC from the days of AC to ACN, now APC.
What's the ambition?
To run, I've contested for House of Representatives twice, and I still hope to contest. And that's why I have built and nurtured a political structure for so long. And if the governor has done well, by my assessment, if he has met his campaign promises to my people, it would have been enough reason for me to say, Mr. Governor, you have done well, and we abandon my party and go with you to PDP.
So this is about what he's done or not to your constituency
To Edo
and
people.
not the performance?
The performance, generally, I will tell you this much. When Adams Oshiomhole sold Godwin Obaseki to us, some of us, I, for one, I was skeptical. I was like, comrade governor, this man has been in Edo for 8 years. He has not built friendship with any senatorial district. He has no friends in Benin.
What do you mean friends? By distributing things?
No, not distributing anything. You must know people for you to lead them. You must understand people for you to be able to provide their needs. You must be part of a people for you to provide leadership. You cannot provide leadership to people you do not know, people that have no access to you, that you have not interacted with, socialized with. Those were my concerns. And I remember raising them to our comrade governor then. And he said to me, Prince, don't worry. I know Godwin. He will deliver. He would carry on this good work. He will build on my legacy. You would remember that Adams Oshiomhole was so popular in the second term election. There was no rancor. He tagged his second election campaign, Operation Show Your Report Card. I was on that campaign trail. I went with him to the 18 local government, 192 wards in Edo. And by the time he starts to show his report card, Adams Oshiomhole will say, on paper, Airport Road, I mark Airport Road. On paper, New Era College, I mark New Era College. Red Roof Revolution, I mark on paper, is on ground. The list is endless. Specialist Hospital, on paper, I mark. General Hospital in my village, roads network in my village that are still there till today, roads that were constructed 10 years ago, no pothole. On paper, I mark is there. And before Oshiomhole will begin to say, if you vote for me a second time, I will do, they will say, carry go, Osho Baba, you have done well. It was like that. And the election was so sweet that my party APC, we won in the 18 local governments of Edo State. In history, it has never happened. And Oshiomhole became the first governor since democracy in Edo to hand over to his successor. It has never happened because the man did well.
So why
he did so well that the Oba of Benin, of blessed memory, Omonoba Erediawa, now adopted him as a son. If Obaseki has done well, I will not resign from his government.
Okay.
If Obaseki has done well, the APC leadership will not refuse to give him a ticket. a return ticket.
Okay, but Mr. Nahikari, you heard him now. He basing this on performance. He doesn't think that Mr. Obaseki has the scorecard, if I could use your word,
He has no report card to show.
What do you
That
say
is
to
why
that?
it's all assassination of character, bringing down Edo people.
Go ahead, Mr. Nahikari.
He has report card.
Good morning, and thank you, Chamberlain, for having me today. I think it's very important for us to, first of all, draw a line between self-interest and Edo State interest. I think Governor Obaseki is the first governor that is taking Edo first. It's important for us to also know that those that are resigning, including my brother there in your studio, were all nominees of Adams Oshiomhole. They only called it to the government because Adams Oshiomhole nominated them to run the election. And then for maximum press effect, they are resigning one by one from the commissions or ministries or boards that they were put to superintend. You will agree with me. Wow.
Here, you just press a button, just press the right one and go ahead. It can happen. Go ahead.
Chamberlain, can I quickly react?
You can.
Just a minute. You will.
You will agree.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You will agree with me that Edo State Edo State is actually now enjoying the dividend of democracy for the first time. You see, what has happened is that Governor Obaseki has refused to do roads at 1 million naira or $1 million per kilometer, which was prevalent under the Adams Oshiomhole government, which my brother was a great beneficiary, my brother there in your studio. And when this government came and tried to instill financial discipline on Edo people, first starting with the APC members and on all Edo people, financial discipline, they were not happy. They hounded him because their so much infrastructure was not being maintained. The governor did the best he could. If you are competent in any of the industries, I'm sure he would have listened to them, given them jobs what they wanted. But they didn't even want jobs. They wanted cash to be shared. And this is the cause of the problem they have in Edo State.
But Mr. Nahikari, there are those who have spoken about the governor showing projects, pointing to projects as campaign that is done.
Talk about the governor's performance. I didn't hear that.
Go ahead. They say he's not talking about what has he done to warrant a second term.
Oh, you see, that is a narrative which is very laughable. What has he done? If I start to list now, we'll be here till 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. First and foremost, let's talk about the simple reforms in the pension sector. The pensioners, from today, or from since Obaseki came in, they received their pensions as at when due. He is not owing the pensioners one kobo. He cleared over 25 billion of pensions arrears for the last 8 years that were accumulated under the Oshiomhole regime. All that has been taken care of. All the pensioners get their money as at when due. No pensioner is owed any arrears. Now, in talk of the education sector, he has done a lot in terms of teachers training the trainers, children having playgrounds, people enjoying education, not just in the formal education, even in vocational education. The government has done so much in that area that we have probably the best technical college in the whole of West Africa today in Edo State. Now, talk about the health sector. With the steps taken for the COVID issue, the response of the state government in the COVID issue, we have done so well.
As you spent on that?
Industries, employment, farming. So when they say the government hasn't done well, it is because they are not getting what they want. They think development or doing well is for them to be serviced as a people.
Okay, Mr. Nahikari, just hang on a minute. So okay, you're itching to respond.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You know, I want to first, Nahikari has been a very good friend. I want to first debunk, the statement made by somebody that knows my family so well, Chief Danobi, and Don Pedro Obaseki, a very good friend of mine. Chief Danobi is a friend of my elder brother. And I have known Danobi in the days of NCPN, when it was living in Port Harcourt, trying to come to Edo to be governor then. My family is a very huge family. My grandfather married 67 wives. There are close to 5,000 Odigies in the world. And Pedro Obaseki knows my family house. And he said, I am Clara Oshiomhole's younger brother. That Oshiomhole appointed me.
But this is about political interest.
And that is not true. Why lie? Clara Oshiomhole, I would be proud to say Clara Oshiomhole is my sister. But we are just from the same village, not even the same quarters.
Okay, but
I want to first debunk that. And I want to come to the issues of roads. He said they do no longer, spend millions to tie a kilometer of road. Changbali, my brother, I would personally pay for a team of Channels Television to go on a tour with me to see for themselves the road that was constructed 8 years ago by Adams Oshiomhole. Even in my village, Igwebe Agadaga Ewukimi Road, there is no single pothole. The roads that were constructed last year by this present administration,
yeah, he said they don't no longer spend.
The rain has washed all away. That was not done in good faith. I will tell you this much. In Etsopadek, we've constructed roads. That's the truth. But are they durable? The standard Adams Oshiomhole brought into road construction.
So they were not durable.
Not! Go to Benin.
But you were a commissioner.
See, the consultants will come with specification. I can say for a truth, you can invite the consultant to this station to come face me. And we went on inspection. And I told them I have a problem with this design. And he said to me, you seem to be a very tactical person, a practical person. And that, look, the governor has said he's not ready to spend beyond XYZ. And they know, as consultant, that these roads will not stand the test of time. So what he tried to do was to paint Adams Oshiomhole black.
But when that happened,
yes,
what did you do about it?
I complained. And I said, no, this is not...
To the commissioner? Did you take it beyond telling the person that was constructing at that point?
Of course. We had a joint meeting. Other commission members could attest to that.
With who?
With the consultant. And they said they are working strictly on instruction. And so what could I do?
Did you ask the governor, is it true?
Who has access to the governor? His commissioners do not have access to him. His council chairman have no access. The people we can access are the amiable deputy governor, the SSG.
So if you say they don't spend that amount of money to construct roads, how do you are you saying that is not true, that you spend far much more to construct roads and they're not durable?
They spend much more and they are not durable. But not because they have reduced the standard. And also Oshiomhole believes in quality.
Okay, let's quickly bring him in. Just
okay,
a minute.
now
let
me go on to contracts. He said people are resigning because we are not being patronized. And I will tell you this much, Changbali. Go to Edo and check. 8 years of Adams Oshiomhole's administration. Roads were done.
Why did you wait till now to resign?
No, wait. Because he's leaving my party. I'm a party man. Why should I go with him?
No, but he didn't leave your party today.
I have to think. I have to consult. Read my resignation letter. It is clear that after due consultation, I have to seek people's opinion across the state. I'm a politician. I have run 2 elections. I can't just jump. So I have to talk to people. I have to evaluate. Look, I try to see if there is a tiny light on the channel.
The project that he's spoken about, the trainings, the funds, the pensions that are being paid, do you consider them as worthy causes?
I see, the only achievement, as far as I'm concerned, as far as Edo people are concerned, of Governor Obaseki's 4 years, is Edo Best Initiative. I give it to Dr. Joanne of Yahweh, a fantastic lady.
Okay, let Mr.
She has performed.
Mr. Nekari,
from Edo Best. What else?
Go ahead, Mr. Nekari.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me very well. The network's a bit fluffy.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Talking about roads, I'll just go back to that. At least he admitted that in his commission, they did some roads. Unfortunately for them, in that commission, especially those that resigned, and I think 2 or 3 of them that resigned, they were not able to pad it the way they were used to doing under Adams Oshiomhole. The governor nipped that, and that is why most of them are going back to Adams Oshiomhole to open our state treasury back to them so they can loot with reckless abandon. This is why there's a problem in Edo State. But Edo people know the difference between a governor that have them first and those that are interested in their treasury. And that is the advantage we have in this election. And we are going to exploit it and going to use it because we trust the governor to be prudent, to keep Edo people first all the times. Now, the reforms is what they don't want. For the taxation, there's now a humane and responsible way and an accountable way in which taxes are collected in Edo State. This also offends their sensibilities.
Mr. Nekari, just one moment. I mean, listening to you now, some would wonder if Governor Obaseki wasn't in your party, wasn't your candidate, would you be saying what you're saying now? Would you be campaigning for him, so to speak? Would you say that he has actually performed? Because APC will be the one saying the things that you're saying now. Your party had a list of governors, of contenders, before Governor Obaseki joined your party.
If Obaseki was not in my party, I would not have campaigned for him. But as soon as he joined my party, and I had access to more information, access to more government business, access to the things he was doing, I have to say that when we campaigned against him, we didn't have all this information. And we actually, personally, I think I actually owe him an apology for those things I said without adequate information. And I think those that are left also owe him an apology for going out to say he was not doing anything. He's done a lot more than we anticipated, a lot more than we saw. And then that is the position of not just me, but of the majority of Edo people. The projects he has done were not exhibited because he has been actually very quiet in terms of showing off what he has done. Okay. He's not the one who jumps into gullies and jumps out of gullies to attract news all the time. No, he's not. We discovered that he has brought a form of private sector initiative into governance. They work quietly, systematically to achieve results. There's increased the efficiency of running our state government and increase performance by increasing efficiency.
Chris, you live in Benin. How can it be that now that Obaseki has come to PDP, that you now have access to what he has done? I thought what he has done should be visible for all to see. You see, it's audio on papers. No iMac.
Can he respond to what you're saying?
So Chris, please, you've just destroyed Obaseki's little chances.
Can he respond?
Mr. Nekari, can you quickly respond? Just one moment. Can you quickly respond to what he has said?
Nothing on ground to show. That's why you are just.
Please go ahead, Mr. Just one moment. Please go ahead, Mr. Nekari.
Deny the reforms in the judicial sector. Can you deny the reforms in the health sector or education sector? Can you deny what is going on in Edo jobs? Can you deny what is going on in the innovative hub? These are things that are visible to everyone. Everyone is seeing them today. And my duty and the duty of Edo people is to bring it out to the world. You yourself, you know that these things are real. The farming sector, the agri sector has been revamped in Edo State. These are not things you call audio things, but it is spread across the federal districts. The College of Education, the specialist hospital that Adams commissioned without equipment. The governor came, did a deal and struck a deal to make sure that hospital is equipped. And today it is working. Is this audio?
Okay.
All right. I want to quickly say, a governor that has performed need not to try to destroy those that are not supportive of his second term re-election bid. Edo people knows when Obaseki came to Edo, he was relatively unknown. Even vast majority of Obaseki family has not even met him. I know his cousins that said they've never met him. He rode on Adams Oshiomole's massive goodwill. The goodwill of Edo people who held sway.
We'll come back and let both of you conclude your thoughts. We need to go to break. Just hold on. Join us again. All right, Mr. Dige, 60 seconds. Wrap up your thoughts, please.
Edo people has rejected Godwin Obaseki based on the fact that he told us he's an investment banker, and we believed him. Today, Edo Pharmaceuticals Bender Insurance, AO Flour Mill, Eho Juice Factory, Casavita, the list is endless. Bender Breweries, none of these industries is operating today because Godwin Obaseki has no capacity to get investors to partner with government to revive these industries, to employ Edo people. Edo people have a problem with that. So he lied to us. We have a problem with the fact that Godwin Obaseki shut down several institutions. College of Education, Ekadolo, College of Agriculture, Igoraki, School of Nursing, Edo. The list is endless. And I will tell you this much. He's a man that has done well for his people. Need not to seek to destroy people that are not supportive of his ambition. Right. Take, for example, a great man of Edo, truly loved by all, a philanthropist by excellence.
Thank you.
Captain
Let's get Mr. Nekari.
All
right, hang on. Mr. Nekari, go ahead, please.
I think I heard my brother listing some industries which are moribund or which are collapsed under the candidate who was SSG at the time, that is today trying to market. However, we are confident of what our Governor Obaseki is doing in Edo State. He has brought in investors from all over the world, creating industrial parks, and making Edo State the economic hub of West Africa. We are impressed with him, and Edo people are happy with him and know that they will not go back to a regime where thugs are the official tax collectors, where thugs are the official military arm of the government. However, before I round up, I think I should just tell Edo people that for a peaceful and non-violent election and a state, we all have to support the PDP candidate, the governor, to make sure that our state remains sane in the hands of responsible and decent people. And now, in the words of our opponent a few years ago in the campaign draft, he said...
All right, Mr. Nekari, thank you as well. Thank you, both of you, Mr. Chris Nekari of the PDP and Emmanuel Odigie, who is of the APC. Thank you both for coming on today.